Well, you saw Zwelinzima Vavi react earlier. The Cosatu's General Secretary joins me now to discuss this some more. We heard your outrage earlier. You even used the word, banana republic. But for once in a long time, Mr. Vavi, it seems that the alliance is speaking in a united voice. The presidency, as you know, hasn't spoken out about it. Should they have said something by now? It's a well-known fact that the Guptas and the Zumas are close friends.
Well, I hope that somebody is preparing for a comprehensive response and an answer to assure South Africa that our country has not been mortgaged by any grouping, whether foreign or South African, to just play willy-nilly to any interest of foreign nationals. We united, all of us. We're quite outraged, as you are correctly saying. The ANC is calling for the government to give clear answers, and we're joining them, and to say that, but this should have not happened.
The Indian High Commission insists that yes, it did get permission. The Defence Minister says she is caught off guard, and they're still trying to determine exactly where this authorization came from. Do you get the impression, the way all of this is unfolded, that South Africa's skies are safe?
No, we're not. Look, if this was to happen in the Pentagon, in the US, if those fellows were to see some private jet coming to land, they would shoot it down without any hesitation. This is quite a big security risk that have happened. It's a massive security mishap. And that's why there have to be firm responses. There have to be firm action in terms of who did that. Literally, you know what it means? Without the customs officials being there to stamp the passport of all of those people, God knows how many they are, then it means that they are in the country now illegally. If all things were equal, it will require that police must go to Sun City, raid them all, and arrest them for being here illegally.
We do have it from the Home Affairs that, in fact, they were there and they did check passports, but SARS and customs officials certainly weren't there. So we don't know what other rules have been breached in terms of what is legal to be brought into South Africa and what compromises things like environmental laws and things like that. But seemingly to add insult to injury, shouldn't, the fact that they had the VIP Blue Light Brigade escort them to the venue, shouldn't those officials also be held to account, the SAPS Metro?
Again, it's not just about the national key point, but it's also about the abuse of the police and asking them to take petrol that we pay for private activity of individuals all the way, some 1 hour, 2 hours away, and to Sun City. I mean, what do you expect people what do you expect us to do? And how must we react when clearly you insulting the image of our country in so blatant fashion? And that's why we're joining the ANC to say there have to be investigations. Somebody have to answer for this.
Well, let's talk about the political heat, the context in which this is happening, and the uneasiness around how much, I mean, you referenced it earlier as well to our reporter, Xoli Mgambi, about, political connections and how much they can benefit people economically in terms of their friendships. Does it strike the right tone, do you think, Mr. Vavi, in this context for cabinet ministers to be present at this wedding, like Rob Davies, Malusi Gigaba?
Well, I don't know who's here, who's there and who's not there. I don't want to comment. All I'm raising is that to the eyes of ordinary people in South Africa, who at all times read newspapers about the allegations involving the abuse of power by this family, name dropping, using the names of the leadership to bully everybody, and now landing in the national key point seems to suggest that, well, all the rumors perhaps are correct, that these people have become law unto themselves. They can willy-nilly get anything they want to get out of any person, out of any department, blah, blah, blah. They can even name drop and say that we are actually appointing ministers. That's what we're hearing all the time. And surely they're lying, but that's what the image they're creating of South Africa, that they can come here without showing a single scratch for a battle against the apartheid system. Get the the initial key point abused in the manner that it has been, and surely this is just not this is just not acceptable.
All right, well, let's shift our attention now away from Waterkloof to Bethlehem, where you addressed a May Day a rally today. Cosatu calling on workers in South Africa to stand together. Is that possible when right at the very top it is difficult for you and your president to stand together, and it's sending a note, it seems, of uneasiness and distrust amongst the rank and file?
Well, no. This perception that we can't see eye to eye with the president is in fact wrong. We are working together all the time. We may not share the perceptions, the perspectives about what is happening in South Africa on every matter because we are individuals.
You're saying you're definitely not at war with your president?
No, we're not. No, that's just...
No,
that's
you
just,
in your personal capacity,
absolutely.
not at war with Tuduma?
I'm not at war with the president of Cosatu. He will say the same thing if he was here. He's not at war with myself. There is a process that is internal in Cosatu that seeks to ensure that the federation gets higher levels of unity and cohesion. We must allow that process time to go to the bottom of whatever issues that will be on its table.
So why would it necessitate a special secretariat to resolve the unity issues?
Is because they are elected to ensure that the federation's future is safeguarded and from everybody else. That's why the presidents and the general secretaries of all Cosatu unions in a facilitated process are engaged in a discussion to ensure that there's greater levels of unity. What spoils that, what makes us to look very bad in public, is one or two or three individuals we don't know who continuously go to the newspapers as sources to say that no, there is an investigation, we are trying to get rid of the general secretary, he's going to be going at the end of this month, May, he's gonna blah, blah, blah. Those are the people who clearly are driving another agenda, which is inconsistent with the decisions that we have taken to ensure that there's greater levels of unity and cohesion in the federation.
But Cosatu is on record today, Mr. Vavi, as saying that you need to radically improve how you defend worker rights. In a sense, people say you've taken your eye off the ball, focusing on personal political battles
Absolutely.
and sacrificing what workers need. What is your biggest concern in terms
That's
of
a criticism. In fact, that was the theme of Cosatu's celebration in this year. We're tackling two things. The first one was the organizational weaknesses. We are having this May Day, first May Day, after Marikana and after workers all over the economy embarked on unprotected strikes in pursuance of their demands independently from their unions. That tells you that there is something that must be fixed. The Cosatu Congress and recently the Cosatu Collective Bargaining, Organizing and Campaigns Conference developed a concrete program of what we must do starting with this month as a recruitment month. And secondly, we have submitted a Section 77 in NEDLEC to say there have to be a radical economic transformation because workers are saying to us all the time, we're happy with our political freedoms, with the gains that it has registered. But unfortunately, in economic terms, we still see the old ruling elite enjoying all the benefits as if 1994 have not happened.
And that's where we leave it. Thank you very much for your time. We appreciate it as always. Zwelinzima Vavi is Cosatu's General Secretary.
News that moves. eNCA.com.